don't disagree. Yeah, but I really want to check out the museum shop. Joey Jenkins says it's awesome and he gave me a list of things you should buy. Are you in?
Nick, you know I am, but we just started the field trip, and I want to be able to go to the New York State Museum first, okay?
Alright, but I've been waiting to visit the shop all year. Check it out.
Look at this list. Do you even know how much all this is going to cost?
No worries, Steph. I got it covered.
I'm not saying you shouldn't buy something, but what about only buying the things that you really, really want? It's not like you have enough money to buy everything.
You're beginning to sound like Miss Owens, our teacher.
Well, she's always saying that a penny saved is a penny earned.
Actually, it was Ben Franklin who said that. And although I do agree with good old Ben, today I'm willing to make an exception.
Yes. A penny saved is a penny earned. Nicholas, do you know what I meant when I penned that quote?
That you should save your money?
Well, yes, in part, but there's more to it than that.
Benjamin Franklin?
At your service. Those, my young friends, were the days. Ships from around the world came to New York City Harbor and offloaded their cargo round the clock. I can recall the fisheries and the grain houses that lined the streets. The city was growing by leaps and bounds. Not even the British could stop the seaport from growing. Where was I?
I think you left off with a penny saved is a penny earned.
Oh, yes, thank you, young lady. Nicholas, may I borrow your list and wallet for a moment? Nicholas, I do believe you're in need of a lesson regarding the value of money and the importance of saving.
We really need to keep up with the class.
Yeah, Miss Owens wouldn't like it if we get lost.
Oh, I'll make sure that you stay close to Ms. Owens and your classmates. But before the day is done, Nicholas, you will discover the true meaning behind the phrase, a penny saved is a penny earned. Here is your first clue.
Where'd he go? He took my money and my list.
I don't know.
I wonder where he could be.
I don't know, but he did say that he promised not to get us lost to separate it from the class. So maybe that clue will help.
All it says is the power of compounding.
That's not very helpful.
Oh, how I used to enjoy taking long walks in the forest. Well, Nicholas, have you and Stephanie discussed the clue?
It really doesn't mean that much.
Well, nonsense. Learning the value of money means understanding the principle of compounding interest.
Okay, but what about the money? You know, the money you took from me? The money you took without even asking?
I had some colleagues during the summer of 1776 who would have asked me the same question, Nicholas. But in this case, I need your money in order to help you appreciate its value. Now just step a little closer, and I'll demonstrate.
Is this going to take long? We need to stay with our class.
Your class will be ready to move on once my lesson is finished.
How do you know?
Well, I know many things, young lady. Nicholas, let's just say that I ask you to perform a task. Oh, a job of some sort for me. And I'm willing to pay you $1,000. Would you be interested?
Sign me up. $1,000 is serious money.
I thought you might be interested. However, I'm going to give you a second choice as well. I'll invest $10 and place it in a bank for 60 days at an interest rate of 10% per day.
$10?
Yes, $10. So which do you think would be worth more in 60 days?
Are you kidding? The $1,000.
So you wouldn't mind if I give the $10 to Ms. Stephanie?
Go right ahead.
Nicholas, witness the power of compounding. Let's look at our investment after the first 10 days.
Told you I was right. Sorry, Steph.
Wow. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Mr. Franklin?
I will admit that after the first 10 days, the results appear to be rather small. But that's the beauty of interest. The numbers build upon themselves, which accelerates its growth the longer you keep the money invested. Now, to demonstrate this point, let's look at the investment at the end of 60 days.
You've got to be kidding me.
Your eyes are not deceiving you, Nicholas. What you and your friend just witnessed is the power of compounding interest. All it takes is an investment and time, and you can never start too early. In just 2 months, Stephanie's investment doubled yours.
I got played. What a terrible choice.
It wasn't a terrible decision, Nick, just an uninformed one.
Well put, young lady. Nicholas, this is all about the lesson at hand. And in this lesson, you still have $1,000. So, young man, what are you going to do with the money?
Before this demonstration, I probably would have put it in my shoebox under my bed and spent it. But after seeing the power of compounding, it should probably be put in a bank, right?
You are smart. Well done indeed.
What are those?
These are some forms you'll need to fill out in order to open a savings account at your local bank. Now, the sooner you start saving, the faster the money will grow. I'll keep them safe for now. So, what do you have to say about all this, Stephanie?
Well, I have to admit that I've had a savings account for a few years now. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Of course. Now, here's your next clue. Now, don't dilly-dally, Nicholas. Take a peek inside.
Nichols, and now I'm totally confused. Where did he go? What?
You know, the $10 Ben took from me.
Oh, right. It's gone. How did he do that?
What are you waiting for? Let's go find him.
Let's stay with the class. I have a feeling that he's the one that's going to find us.
I can't believe I've never had a savings account. What a waste.
Well, at least now you know how important it is, right?
You know, I'm going to miss that old shoebox.
Don't forget, I've seen your old shoebox. How would I describe it? A combination of paper money, coins, candy wrappers, baseball cards, and plenty of dust.
All that and it still doesn't compound interest. Hey, there's the class. Let's go. Oh, there you are.
Incredible machine, wouldn't you say? Oh, sit down.
My dad is a volunteer firefighter, and he told me once that you were the founding father of the volunteer fire service in the United States.
Quite true, young lady. In 1736, I organized the first volunteer fire company in the nation. I happened to be in Philadelphia at the time, so that's where it all began. Of course, we didn't have such fine machines back then.
What do these fire engines have to do with these nickels?
Oh, nothing. The nickels are for learning how to manage expenses and set financial goals. You know, it's one thing to put your money in a bank, but if you can't manage your finances, the money will simply vanish, or worse yet, you'll find yourself in terrible debt. Not unlike a man I knew years ago named Benedict Arnold. He was continually in debt. Some say that was the reason he changed sides during the Revolutionary War.
So how are these nickels going to teach us how to manage expenses?
Oh yes. Each of these nickels represents a separate savings.
I thought you said all of our money should be in one savings account.
On the contrary, Nicholas, your overall savings need to be managed in order to live in the present and save for the future. And these nickels are an excellent start. Could you place the first nickel on the cube?
Sell 30%.
Correct. 30% of your allowance or earnings should be used for yourself.
You mean for things like shopping for clothes, going to the movies, roller skating, that sort of thing?
Exactly. If you never spent a penny on yourself, how would you ever be able to discover the rewards and pure pleasure of savings? And without that, well, you'd probably abandon the venture altogether. Next nickel, please.
Medium-term goals, 30%.
Ah, yes. Now, this nickel is for savings that are applied toward things in the not-too-distant future. For example, Nicholas would very much like to go away to a computer camp next summer. And this nickel is how he would get there.
But hey, how'd you know that?
Oh, I know many things, young man. Place the next nickel, if you will.
Long-term goals, 30%.
Well, everyone has dreams, Nicholas. And that's what long-term saving is all about.
You mean college, or that car you've always wanted, or that vacation in a warm place?
Precisely. And let's not forget about retirement. You know, back in my day, very few people actually retired. But today, well, that's something of which everyone needs to be mindful of so they can enjoy their leisure time while affording necessities. The final nickel, please. That, my young friends, is the most important nickel of all.
How can that be? The self was 30%, the medium-term goal was 30%, and the long-term goal was 30%. That only leaves 10%. How can it be that important?
Well, because thoughtfulness and resourcefulness can't be measured by a mere percentage.
Giving 10%?
Giving is gaining. And when you give, in your heart it makes you realize that you can and do make a difference. The value of money isn't measured by how much you have in the bank. Remembering to share what we have with others is the true value. And that, my young friends, is what makes that nickel so very important. But make no mistake about it, you certainly need all four nickels in order to truly manage your money. You know, they each play a special role. And if one of them isn't used, it can throw everything out of balance. Oh, my goodness, my time is winding down. Here, we need to hurry along.
Not again, and he still has your money.
No worries, Steph. I'm sure he'll pop up somewhere.
That was bad.
This is absolutely exquisite. Do you know that the colonial housewives used to serve popcorn with cream and sugar for breakfast? I guess you could call it the first puffed breakfast cereal. But it didn't really become popular until the 1800s.
So what are we doing here?
Talking about the big picture.
But there's nothing playing.
No, my young friend, not moving pictures, rather the big financial picture and how many expenditures are not what they appear to be.
Well, I, for one, always think twice before parting with my money. Isn't that right, Nick?
He did go back and forth on a lot of stuff. I'll give you that.
Yeah, maybe you're right, young lady, but do you always think about the big picture?
You lost me there.
Well, what is one of your favorite activities?
Going to the movies. But you already knew that, right? That's why we're here.
You're quite an astute young lady. So how much does it cost you to go to the movies?
Around $10 or so.
Ah, that's the price for admission. But it's not the big picture cost, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, popcorn, a soft drink perhaps, the price of gasoline for the car that brings you to and from the theater, or the bus ride fare, not to mention the time and energy you invested in making arrangements to attend the movies.
He's right, Steph.
So in the future, try to look past what you think something will cost and open your eyes to the big picture. If you do, you'll always come out on top. Oh, we don't have much time.
Steph?
I know where he went. Let's go.
I knew you'd be here.
Oh, why do you think I returned your list to you?
Because I had things I wanted.
Precisely. But did you need them?
I guess not.
Part of understanding the value of money is knowing the difference between what you need and what you want before spending your hard-earned money.
So the question is, do I really need the mammoth? And the answer is no. And I guess I don't really even want it that much either. I just thought it was kind of cool looking.
I thought so. So balancing the equation between what you need and what you want is a very important one indeed. And both components or elements are important.
Like I need clothing, food, a home, right?
Correct. However, perhaps you want a new computer or a game or even a birthday party for that matter. And when you're saving towards one of these goals, it makes you answer the question, do I really want this? Because as you and I both know, money is not unlimited. Once you've made the decision to part with it, it's gone until you find a way to earn more.
I think I'm ready to answer the question.
Excellent. Go on.
A penny saved is a penny earned means that saving is not as easy as it sounds, and that you will save money little by little by not spending it without thinking long and hard about it first.
Anything else?
Yeah, that every time you save a penny, you're actually earning a penny because your pennies are earning interest in the bank.
Congratulations, Nicholas. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, Ben, for everything.
Only too happy to help. I'd check the contents of that wallet if I were you.
Wow, $100! I guess my $10 did earn some interest after all. Will I ever see you again?
If you keep saving, young man, you'll see me more often than not.
Excellent.
Hey, Nick, the class is about to leave. Did you ever get your money back?
Yeah, and with interest. I'll tell you about it later. Let's go.